Larry, Fort Worth Memories Museum and Groups. Let me see if I can connect to the live feed. There we go. Edit the post. So today is Monday, March 31st, last day of March. Okay, did that work? And we're going to share it to the internet. Memories, live videos. Okay. Come on. George is in. Chad is in. Brittany is in. Good morning to everybody. Okay, I see Scott has got us updated on our sponsors. It's supposed to be a pretty nice day today. I don't think we're... I believe the rains are gone, aren't they? Or are they supposed to be back? Let me look at the weather daily. It hailed last night all around. It's 51 right now. It's going to get to 72. Tomorrow it's going to be real windy and 82. Wednesday and Thursday is going to be a good chance of rain. So it's Friday and Saturday. It's supposed to rain all week, basically. It's not good for the detail business. Let's find the deal again. Yeah, till Wednesday. And it's supposed to return. We don't need all this rain, I'm telling you. I don't. Okay, since we've got our sponsors updated, let's go with them before I start talking. Winstead Paint and Body. I've personally been using Clay Winstead or his family for over 40 years. They do great work. They're on White Settlement Road, about a block past Roberts Cutoff. Scott Sumner is our IT guru. He can build you a website or walk you through whatever technical issues you have. There's his www.scottsumner.info. Lance Sanders Company is Alpha Design and Build. They are remodelers. They can remodel your house or your business. They do commercial and residential, or they can put a second story on it for you. Fort Worth Florist, Jeanette and her team over there are always ready, willing, and able to send flowers for any event or weddings, funerals, anything. All you got to do is call 817-244-2345. G2 Garage is located in the White Settlement area. Chris and his team over there, they're also ready, willing, and able to take care of your vehicles. We moved to the Burleson area. Phelps Family Auto Care. Mike Phelps and his family and all of their team over there. Boy, I tell you, I get good reviews on them all the time. Stroud Auto Supply is in the Riverside, Haltom City area. Danny Stroud and his team, they go way back. I bought parts there 40 years ago. Swartz and Hanson is our architectural firm. They are very active in our bicycle giveaway and longtime sponsors on our group. Rex's Bar, that's not hooked up right. Let me see if that's... Scott's got that thing messed up. Tri-State Dent is our dent removal company. And we had a lot of hail, so if you got hail or door dings, get a hold of Jason at Tri-State Dent. Casey Crawl, his team of insurance ladies and men, they're experts on Medicare and Medicaid, but you got to make the phone call to get a appointment set up. Rains Plumbing is a family-owned plumbing company. They are they do service all parts of Fort Worth, the Metroplex. And they've fixed a lot of in fact, one of our members, Robert Rivera, they're coming out there tomorrow to fix something at his house. Railhead Barbecue, Charlie Guerin. Charlie is our state rep. He's also on the board of directors at Larry's Kids. He's very active in the community. He's very active in our bicycle giveaway. His brother is Pete Guerin, and Pete Guerin and the Sid Richardson Foundation. Pete is the chairman of the CEO, or he runs it. They gave Larry's Kids $5,000 last year. Optimist Club of Fort Worth, we just had Jeff Norman in here a couple of Saturdays ago, and he explained to us all the great stuff that the Optimist Club does for youth. Old South Pancake House, Rex Benson. Old South has been in the pancake house business, the Benson family has, since 1962. They're open 24/7 too. Jenny Stewart, State Farm. If you're not doing business with Jenny, at least call and get a quote. Who's against saving money? I've had several people say that they called Jenny's team and got a good quote and a good price break. Cross Electric, Brandon Cross, he and his team are our electricians. They were nominated on DFW's favorites. They're just Manny Ramirez just gave him a good recommendation, said they do great work. K-Ranch Roofing, Jorge Hernandez is the owner. So if you think you got hail damage overnight, call that number and you'll get Bree. She is the office manager, and she'll be more than happy to send out one of their representatives to figure out if you had damage, and if you did, what it's going to take to fix it. Fort Worth Lumber, they're on the South Freeway, I-35. You need building materials, plans, anything, they can help you. And they're also very active in our bicycle giveaway. Dickie Carr, Grateful for Your Trees. Dickie is Richard Carr's nephew. We all know Richard and Pat. But Dickie, this young man, he's in his 30s. I say young, he's young to me. Look at all the stuff they do there. Landscaping, fences, they trim trees, cut them down, bobcat work, they grind stumps down. They do it all, so call Grateful for Your Trees. Steve Coburn, Coburn's Catering. The Coburns have been in business over there since 1946. They originally had a cafeteria over there too. I used to eat at it when I was a kid, working at one of my uncle's plants right off North Main. So if you've got an event or a party, call Steve Coburn and he can fix you up. Dickie Carr Sand and Gravel, that's Pat and Richard Carr. Very active in our community, everything. They're first to the plate. Those folks really step up. What have I done here? Okay, Burt Ladner. Wes Williams is associated with that realty company. Wes is on the board at Larry's Kids. He's sells real estate. He and his wife Sarah, they're always very active in everything Fort Worth or everything anywhere. These folks really go the extra mile. A Bird AC and Heat, that's Dub Peacock's company. Yep, one of the Peacock boys from Poly. If you need heat or air issues or problems, or you just need to get it serviced, call Dub's company and they'll send somebody out. Eric Walsh is on the board of Larry's Kids. He's also in the real estate business. He's a great guy. He's always first to help, I promise you. Yellow Snake Horses, Brazos River Ranch. You can go horseback riding. They give you a couple hours for $75. So you don't have to be a seasoned horse rider. You're going to go down 20 for about an hour, exit Millsap, get out in the country, enjoy the country life, and you'll enjoy yourselves. Okay. What did the Rangers do over the weekend? They won one game, I know. Hold on, I'm trying to... I need to send Scott a message. Sandy's in, Marilyn's in, Aaron's in, George. They won 2 games. Good. Let me I'll send Scott a message in a minute. Because now I've already lost my comments. I just put high and then why does that have to happen? Okay. Sam is in, Lynn is in, 5 others. The phone's ringing. Hold on. Hold on, I'm coming. It's our Cleburne group. She's riding. Hold on just a second. Move that over there. Okay. What does Cleburne want to know? Yes, we had 2 good interviews. Marshall Hobbs Jr. and we had Michael Crane. Mr. Crane said that we were heading to be 10th. Well, we're the 11th largest right now city in the country. But let me give you some stats. In the last 2 years, you take the top 30 most populous cities in the country, and Fort Worth is the fastest growing of those 30 most populated cities. Yeah, Hobbs, both those interviews were good. How does it compare? Well, you know, I was actually on a history Zoom yesterday, and it was Fort Worth historians, people, and they were talking about the size of the city in square miles. Michael was talking about that. let's go back to trying to think how far you want to go back. Okay, we'll go back to 1900. The city, not the county, was the square miles are 66 and a half. The square miles now is 347 square miles. So what I was trying to get across yesterday in this Zoom history, and I didn't understand the question, or he didn't understand the question. It said, how did the city of Fort Worth grow so much in that period of time? And one of my fellow historians said, the population. Well, that's not what the question was. And I went back and looked. Population has nothing to do with how there was 66,000 120 years ago, and now there's 347, 66 miles, and now there's 347 miles. It came by annexation. We swallowed up all those littler cities from 1900 till, I don't know when we did our last annexation, but you know, all of these other towns like Benbrook, North Fort Worth, Lake Worth, all of these places were their own city. And then Fort Worth swallowed them up. That's what your question was? Well, currently the number of square miles, and I'm sure it'll stay that, is 347 square miles. 125 years ago, it was 66.6 miles. Growth in Fort Worth from 1900 to 1907 was astronomical. So the people thought back then. We gained 40,500 people in 7 years, which averaged out 5,700 new people coming in every year. We now have people coming in at 17,750 a year, as opposed to 557.78. So I do it in my head. Sometimes y'all can double check me, but it might be wrong. So that's how much we've increased this last 4 years. 17,750 new people a year. Figure that out. And your other question? This is off topic, but one of our members is related to the Youngers. How long did Cole Younger stay in prison after the Northfield raid? 29 years. Cole actually dealt Pharaoh in Fort Worth prior to going to prison and prior to the Northfield raid. The Northfield raid was compiled of Frank and Jesse James and the Younger brothers. Didn't work out too good. There was, before it was all over, all four of the Youngers were either captured or killed. At the raid, this is where they were going to raid 2 banks there in Northfield, I believe, simultaneously. That might be wrong. That might be the Dalton deal. The Northfield raid, they didn't check it out too good. The citizens were armed, and somebody either recognized what threw them off, if my memory recollects right, is they all came to town wearing these dusters. Like today, you'd call it an all-weather coat, full length past the knees. They all wore these tan dusters, 6 of them, which immediately everybody starts to be like 6 people walking into a restaurant or something, all dressed identically the same. It would get everybody's attention. But the only 2 people that got away was Frank and Jesse James. Some of the youngers were killed. Cole actually lived to be 79 or 80 years old. The what? When they were captured, yep, that's something that it's a trait of the mob. It's not too much anymore with people that are in crime. They always squeal on each other. But when they actually caught up with the only 2 youngers that were not killed in the raid, they did not give up Frank or Jesse. Even in Cole wrote his memoirs, he did not give up Frank and Jesse. There was, several groups, the Daltons, the Youngers, the James. You got to remember, most of these groups were Southerners, and they didn't believe in what was going on with the country. They definitely didn't like the carpetbaggers. Yeah. I don't know if there's a Younger museum or not, or a James. I'm sure one of those old West towns. I'll research that and send it to you. I don't even know, like the Lincoln County War, where Billy the Kid and those folks, I'm sure there's a little museum, but like the Smithsonian, I don't think there's one that deals with just the Old West. We can find out real quick. Is there a museum that deals with the old outlaw gangs? They've got the Dalton Gang Hideout and Museum, the Gangster Museum of America. That's going to be more of the, Al Capone stuff. Billy the Kid Museum, that's going to be, I'm sure, in Lincoln. No, that's in Hyco. That's because Brushy Bill, which I believe Brushy Bill was Billy the Kid. So there's not really, they've got a mob museum in Vegas, but there's not a lot of the youth now, they don't know anything about the James Gang or Billy the Kid or any of that. What did I say about what? Out of the 30 most populous cities in the United States, Fort Worth is the fastest growing of those 30. So in other words, they're getting the hell out of everywhere else and coming here. If you had hail damage last night, Tri-State Dent or K-Ranch Roofing, whichever your house or your vehicles. We've got sponsors for almost everything. Yep, I've got somebody going to be here in 3 minutes, so I'm going to go out there and open up the other door. I will see y'all. We had a great lunch at Blue Mountain Cafe on West Vickery. It was fantastic. So go check it out. Okay? I will holler at y'all